Hi everyone. So today is 23rd of May 2024, and tonight we will be having our full moon. Well, moon right now is in the sign of Scorpio. Okay, so when we have our full moon tonight, it will be in the nakshatra of Anuradha. Okay, and the lotus flower actually signifies Anuradha, and coincidentally, the full moon tonight is also known as flower moon. Okay, so what's so special about moon? In Vedic astrology, moon is the most important graha or planet. Okay, of course you have your ascendant lord. You have Saturn, Jupiter. Yes, they are all important, but moon is given that extra importance. Why? Because it represents a few things, right? Our mother, who is also the nurturer and educator. You know, when we were born in this world, right? Who's the one who takes care of us? Our mother, right? And then it represents our peace of mind. With a disturbed moon, you cannot have peace of mind. Okay, it also represents our intuition, our emotions, um, and then wealth, of course. Why so important? Think about it. Even if you are born rich, right? If you do not have the right frame of mind, if your mind is constantly disturbed, right, you will not be able to enjoy your wealth, isn't it? Okay, so moon is very important. Now, moon in Scorpio is debilitated, meaning it's very weak. Okay, so what it means is that while we are going to full moon tonight, okay, moon becomes very intense, and perhaps all of you who are watching this video, you may have something bothering you much, and it's going to heighten this tonight, right? So first and foremost, do not make any hasty decisions at the spur of the moment. All right, you need to really calm down, take a step back, look at things, you know and but other than that, it's actually a perfect time to get into metaphysics, to pray, to meditate, because that's what moon is. We are in Scorpio. Moon is in Scorpio, the most intense sign for moon. Okay, and what is Scorpio? It's the original ruler of the eighth house, and it's about hidden stuff, hidden knowledge, you know emotions. So you'll be experiencing some kind of turmoil probably tonight and tomorrow. Okay, so just keep in check. All right, nothing big is going to happen, but let's just enjoy what the moon is showing us tonight. Okay, now a bit of the mythology behind moon. Okay, now why is also moon that important in Vedic astrology? That the concept of nakshatras or lunar constellations is associated with moon. Okay, so some of you may know Vedic astrology, not just the 12 signs. There are these 27, or sometimes some people say that 13, 28. But these lunar constellations, they are the fundamentals of Vedic astrology. Without knowing nakshatras, you cannot claim to know that you know Vedic astrology. So in mythology, these 27 nakshatras are represented by the 27 wives of moon. Okay, uh, well, moon comes with other names as well, Chandra, Soma, for example. Okay, anyways, so moon has 27 wives, and the most favorite wife of all is Rohini. Okay, so the other wives, who are also they are all sisters, by the way, they complain to their father about this favoritism shown by moon to Rohini, and moon was actually then cursed, right? And that's why there is a waning and waxing moon. Of course, there are several other mythology stories behind moon, but this is, I think, by far the most interesting one. Moon having 27 wives, and then he showed favoritism to one wife, and then the other wives were unhappy about it, and the one who complained is actually Jayashta. Okay, anyway, so moon was cursed, and then he had to go through the waning and waxing phases. Now, coming back to your birth chart, now what has moon got to do with us? Well, depending on where moon is posited in your birth chart, it has some kind of effect on you. Okay, so let's go through the 12 houses, right? So if moon is in your first house, first and foremost, you are quite a loner. Okay, you can be very logical, but you're a loner. Okay, you want to be alone. You are perfectly fine to be alone. Okay, and if let's say Mars is in Cancer, Mars is expecting moon, looking at moon, then you can be quite emotional. Okay, um, and then if moon is posited at the second house, well, you can be quite a spendthrift. Okay, a lot of people say, well, moon in the second house should be rich, right? Well, you can be born rich actually, if you have a exalted moon, or moon is being expected by Venus, Jupiter, you can be born rich, right? But most of the time, I see that moon in the second house, this person is a spendthrift. You love to spend a lot of money. Okay, so you have to keep that in check, right? Moon in the third house, very witty, very intelligent, clever. However, if moon is afflicted here, meaning if it's expected by Mars or even Saturn, right, relationship with mother becomes difficult. Why? In Vedic astrology, the third house is the higher house of the eighth house. So moon actually feels disturbed here. Well, yes, the third house talks about communication. It's also about self-efforts, right? So moon does make you quite witty and communicative, but if it's afflicted, then there will be some issues in terms of relationship with your mother. Now, moon, if your moon is posited in the fourth house, well, it's a very good position for moon because that's the original house of Cancer, which is owned by moon. So you will have peace of mind. Of course, unless Mars is together with moon, then it's a different story. But if moon is alone here, right, in the fourth house, it's a very good position for moon. Very calm. You have peace of mind. You have your mother's love and nurture. Okay, so it's a very great position for moon. Moon in the fifth house, a very creative person. However, if moon is with sun, for example, or is somehow afflicted, it can delay education. Why? Because the fifth house talks about education, especially university, graduate kind of education. So if moon is here, and because sun was the original owner of the fifth house, moon becomes a bit hot, disturbed. So yeah, you are creative, right? Expressive, but it can have some kind of negative impact on your education. Now, moon in the sixth house is also one of the not that good position for moon. Now, I see these two things happening quite often. That is, relationship with mother and relationship with spouse can be quite a problem. Okay, moon in the sixth house. So you have to be aware of that. Sometimes it is not other people causing you problems, it's you are the one who's thinking too much. All right. Okay, moon in the seventh house. If you're a guy, you're a man, okay, you have a moon in the seventh house, great position for you. Okay, even for ladies, if your moon is in the seventh house, is great for you because there will be conjugal bliss. Okay, happily married. Of course, marriage is not 100% happy, but most of the time you will be quite happy with your spouse. Okay, and you can also be quite business minded because seventh house is also the most important house for business people. Okay, moon in the eighth house. This is the most difficult house for moon actually, because moon kind of feels debilitated no matter what sign it is. Of course, if you're Aries ascendant and your moon is already in Scorpio and in the eighth house, then it's a double whammy, right? But moon in the eighth house, first and foremost, usually there's some kind of psychological issues with your mom or even yourself. In some cases, I do see people having problems with emotions and mental health as well. Okay, seek help, seek help if your moon is in the 8th house. Okay, moon in the 9th house, very religious. You know, you love to go pilgrimages. You love to do pilgrimage, and well, it's also possible that you can go for much higher education, like the PhDs. You know, becoming a professor in life, doing teaching. You know, so it's ideal position for moon. Moon in the 10th house. Well, I can see quite a lot of workaholics with moon in the 10th house. Right, because 10th house represents career. Your mind is always in career. Very workaholic. You know, but if you are in the line of hospitality, like in the hotels, or even healthcare, medical care, it's a great position for moon. Okay, pretty much so if you're in hospitality, great position for moon. Okay, you really can fly high in that industry. Moon in the 11th house. Okay, I would say arguably the most favorite position for moon, especially if you're Cancer ascendant. Why? If you're Cancer ascendant, moon is exalted in the 11th house. Right? Moon is exalted in Taurus. Okay, so you will have a lot of female friends, a lot of friends, easy gains. Okay, you want loans, easy loans. You want money, there will be property. Okay, so the moon in the 11th house is one of the most favorite position for moon. Okay, in terms of money. Now, moon in the 12th house, you can be very spiritual, very intuitive. You may even love to write a lot. All right, stories about the other realm, spirituality, aliens. You know, very imaginative mind as well. Okay. However, if moon is with Mercury or Mars here, then it can cause you some sleep disturbances. Okay, so guys, overall, these are my view on moon in different houses. Okay, of course, the sign makes a difference as well. All right. Okay, guys, I see you again soon with the next graha or planet. All right, enjoy the full moon tonight. Bye bye.